why have we seen this just massive explosion of chronic disease from all levels just explode in the last few decades around the world?
Because of unhealthy habits. There have been 3 major studies that show that in this country, 97.5% of people are lacking 1 to 5 of absolutely essential health habits. And then the government has done more to poison us with fluoride in the water and glyphosate in the rain.
So those healthy habits, let's talk a little bit about it. So that statistic is pretty shocking. 97.5% are lacking
1 to 5 essential habits.
1 to 5, lacking 1 to 5, meaning they're missing one or more of those habits in their lives.
Exactly.
So,
I say those people who miss any of the habits are not smart enough to be alive.
well, and the problem is we don't really get educated on these habits nowadays, right? I mean, in school, I didn't learn anything about health. I think in medical school, doctors aren't learning anything about health, right? Actual health care. We're learning disease management, but not health care. I think in high schools, they're not teaching, what does it actually take to keep yourself healthy. So I think it's a societal problem at the basic fundamental education level, right?
Absolutely. You should start in kindergarten with proper education.
That's right. I mean, I had to go through my own health challenges as a teenager growing up and get really sick and almost die, to the point of me going, okay, this kind of way of living is not very fun. I don't want to live unhealthy anymore. I wonder what being healthy could be like. And that took me down this rabbit hole the past 15 years of discovering everything I could about health and longevity. So maybe start there. What are those 5 essential habits that contribute to a healthy, long life?
Well, the number 1 unhealthy habit is overweight. 72% of Americans are overweight, and 36% are just plain fat. You need a body mass index of 18 to 24. Every pound of that above a body mass index of 24 decreases your life expectancy and increases your risk of every known disease.
So obesity, overweight, we know is a massive problem. Why? Can you explain why? Why does being overweight contribute to things like cancer and diabetes and chronic inflammatory conditions?
80% of the food is junk. 80% of the food in a grocery store is junk. And all fast food restaurants are not on my list of acceptable food. I went to McDonald's in 1962. I took 1 bite. I spit it out right there in the restaurant. I spit it in a napkin, threw the whole thing away, and I've never been back.
You were smart.
Well, I think my taste buds might have recognized monosodium glutamate. They put monosodium glutamate into everything. I wouldn't drink a cup of coffee there because I don't trust them. Monosodium glutamate is toxic to the brain. And not counting, of course, the buns and other junk that they put into it. But the important thing is I don't go to fast food restaurants and I don't buy anything off the center aisles in the grocery store. I will shop in the vegetable fruit department, the dairy department, the meat department, and that's it.
So obesity again, and excess weight, right? So some of the main reasons that that's causing these chronic conditions, maybe you can cover that a little bit.
Okay, wheat is now poison. It is triple loaded with glyphosate or Roundup, which is a great poison.
Right.
Sperm count in this country 50 or 60 years ago was 150 million. It is now 40 million.
Wow.
If we do not get rid of fluoride out of the city water, within the next 20 years, there will be no more children. That's how serious that part is. And of course, the rain itself has glyphosate in it. 75% of the rain over the whole country has glyphosate in it. And that's an even worse poison. To me, it is now unethical and illegal, really, to call something organic because it was grown with outside rain.
Right. And so all of these things that are contributing to all of these things you're mentioning are typically what if you find yourself obese or overweight, is that you're typically eating fast food or eating lots of processed food, eating lots of breads and wheats and pastas, eating lots of, these foods that are manufactured in laboratories, high in complex carbohydrates, high in glyphosate and other chemicals, and it just keeps contributing to excess weight on the body, right? Which we know leads to chronic inflammation, which leads to all kinds of chronic diseases.
And white rice, white rice is absolute junk. It has no value whatsoever. So wheat and white rice and white potatoes, regular Irish potatoes, and sugar are all absolute junk food.
So what I hear you saying is we've got to get back to nature, eat whole foods, as much plant foods as possible, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, berries, get away from the packaged, processed, chemicalized crap in the middle of the aisles and stick to the usually you walk in, it's on the right side or the far left side where you got all your fresh, earthly grown foods, right?
Exactly.
So what's habit number 2?
Smoking is still number 2, even though it's only 22% of Americans. When you add that to any other bad habit, or even without that bad habit, smoking 1 pack of cigarettes a day just shortens your life by 7 years. 3 packs, 18 years. And you combine that with anything else, like overweight, then you're really in trouble.
I'm glad I stopped smoking when I was like 19 years old.
Just a couple of years ago.
I started young. I started smoking cigarettes off and on when I was 9, and then was fully addicted by 12, 13, 2 packs a day at 16 years old. And by I think 19, I was like, I got to stop. If I want to get healthy, it's 18 or 19. If I want to get healthy, I need to stop smoking. And I quit cold turkey. And I remember I told my friends, I was living with it at a time. I had some friends living with me in an apartment in Oceanside, California. And I said, look, I'm going to just be an asshole for the next few days, but I know I need to quit. I'm done. You guys deal with it. And I did. I quit cold turkey. That I set in my mind, said, I'm doing it no matter what. I'm ready. Because I had a bigger reason to live. I had a reason to actually be healthy. I think to quit some of these habits, you have to find a deeper reason to pull you through the challenge, right?
Absolutely. I totally understand. Blessings.
And so that's, anyone dealing with something like cigarettes still or addiction to food, it's like we have to find the deeper reason to live, to be healthy, to be vital, whether it's for your children or your grandchildren, or it's, for yourself to feel better, or it's for the planet, but you've got to find that deeper reason.
Next is eating a minimum of 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. The average American, Nathan, eats 2.2 servings.
Whoa.
2.2 instead of 5. Now, actually, the ideal is 8 to 10, but the minimum is 5. And by the way, French fries and ketchup are not a vegetable.
Or pizza. I think they started calling pizza a vegetable because it had tomato sauce or something, right?
Exactly.
So what does a serving look like?
In general, about a cup of raw vegetables or fruit.
Minimum of 5, ideal 8 to 10. So if you were gonna do that, let's say 5, that'd be like a banana, an apple, a cup of strawberries, and a couple of carrots, and a salad made from kale or something.
That would be the minimum, yes.
Okay, and then double that if you want to actually have better health.
And I would like to pass out one bit of information to those who are not willing or able, for whatever reason, to have the serving. There is a product. It's not made by me, but I recommend it. ORAC, ORAC, Rich Greens. 1 scoop is equal to 6 servings of fruits and vegetables. So if they just added that to their already poor diet, they would at least be in pretty good shape on that particular habit.